there's a lot of books out there, and my students come and tell me which one should I read, and I'm like, they all say the same thing in different words. If you read the Robert McKee, Linda Seeger, they're all saying the same thing. Some say it one way, some say it in the other way. And what I recommend to my students is find a book that speaks to you. For example, Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces. That's a book I love, but a lot of my students find it very dense. So there's a book called The Writer's Way, which is actually Joseph Campbell distilled into the hero's journey. And then I asked them to read that. So it goes from student to student. Ultimately, I believe that there's not one way of making films. There's not one way of shooting a scene. There's not one way of editing something. So every filmmaker has to find their own way. And I've worked with a lot of filmmakers, and I know everyone is different. In the same way, books are just ways of reaching the end, which is telling your stories in the way you want. So any book that speaks to you. One book I will mention, which we were talking about before, was Linda Seeger's Writing is Rewriting. That I recommend to everybody because I believe the films are first made on the writing table. And then, of course, the film is really made on the editing table, but unless you have a script, you can't start.